portal. So that if you add the graduation, that's 22 right there.
Zion still on the team?
Still ain't heard nothing from Zion.
Blaze jumped in the portal.
Yeah, Blaze in the portal.
Yeah, that's what his letter said.
Blaze in the portal, man. Blaze in the portal. I mean, I didn't think he
maybe
had
maybe he got that medical red shirt when he was sick.
From last year, from COVID.
Yeah.
So Blaze in the portal. Knight just hit it. Jackson, Miller. That's 16.
I was told 35 new faces easy, but this sounds way like more than that. It sounds more than 35.
Are they adding the recruits too, or is this just the portal?
I said add the recruits.
If they're gonna add the recruits and the portal, it's gonna be way more than 35. It might be close to 50.
Maybe they was right. Maybe they were saying 30. They said 30 easy. So maybe they were saying don't add the recruits.
Yeah, don't add the recruits.
30 new faces, right? But it's about to get good. I don't know. I mean, I think it's gonna be interesting, man. You think they're gonna let off the reins and give the coaches more time with the kids? Remember how they dialed back the hours? But now it's like
no, they're not gonna do that because it's I forget what was the rule. It's a rule about a certain amount of hours.
Yeah.
Because you don't want the coach to be responsible. It's a whole lot of lawsuits and stuff in there. I remember they were like at certain hours the coaches could be around.
But they just allowed them to overhaul the rosters and bring in a whole group of kids you don't even know. Something got to give.
I mean, that would be the logical reason. Let's the coaches have more time, but
right.
They're gonna be like, man, who's the leader? Yeah, Cam, go. The new defensive players here. Let's go. Go show them guys what to do. TBD, you lead the offense. Yeah, show the offense what's up. I mean, get back to that's Mario. He want the players to start doing it, so it could be a lot easier for them.
Well, yeah, once that coach get in place, I mean, Cam can't do it by himself. So once the coach is in place, then the players will do it. It will be on cruise control. But I don't know, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, share. You want to become a villain, man, hit the join button down there next to the subscribe, where we give more access to more information. We do private villain chats where we get in there and we talk like spaces. So you want to do that, man? Hit the join button down there, or just hit it in the description and become a villain, man. That's XMD, man. We out of here.
I'm gonna take 3 motherfucking things, and that's what. Big time players step up in big game. All the credits are.
What's going on, man? 786-405-9499. What's going on? What y'all was watching just then is I think that's football villain. That's in the member section. That's one of the last videos we dropped in the member section. We're gonna jump in here right in here because we're not gonna be in here long. But we're gonna talk about something went on in Canes Unfiltered with the Gator Collective and Avante Williams. I know a lot of y'all was hoping Avante was coming back. Y'all had that hope. Avante Williams to Maryland. Yeah, I know. I think it was just X the other day was just saying, oh man, I hope Avante come back. I think that was X. The other day. I'm gonna bring my boy Medi in here. Medi, what's going on, bro?
Not much. It's good.
Who that is you got back there, man? That's Bang back there? Who that is back there, man?
Bang, you seeing it? My pillow.
Huh? That's Bang, you know? Nightmare's over. The nightmare's over. Y'all, it's not a game. Y'all thought it was the nightmare's over, bro. Listen, y'all just couldn't. The 5 wins had you kind of blurred. You couldn't see but the nightmare's over, man. The nightmare is definitely over. What's good, bro?
Chilling, man. You know the vibes. Waiting for tomorrow. Big day. We can go get a couple more guys up in here. Start changing that culture, man. And then we just wait for spring.
Right. Tomorrow's signing day tomorrow, man. It's the last signing day. We don't have nothing planned, man. We ain't got nothing planned for signing day, man. Tomorrow's signing day. signing day kind of getting smeared with all the transfer portal stuff, and high school kids aren't going to colleges as much as they were before. You know what I'm saying? As it used to be in the past. That's kind of been slowed down a little. But let's get into this Avante, man. Avante Williams to Maryland. Avante just ended up being the wrong place, the wrong time when it came to timing. He was sitting behind two top safeties. New coaching staff comes in, which was bad for a kid like Avante, who we've heard struggle to get the plays down. He just plays off instincts. And you sit behind an All-American, first-team All-American safety, a first-team All-American, freshman All-American safety. They're younger than you, and that just was a bad look. He had to make a business decision. Period. There's no other way around it. Yeah, he had to make a business decision and get up out of there. And I get it. I understand it. I don't blame him.
Yeah, I agree. I think all in all, hoping for the best. I know he got a little one to take care of. I don't know what the situation is with BM. I'm glad he was here.
You got two, right? You got 2 and 1.
I thought he had 1. I didn't know he had 2.
You might have 2.
But I'm glad he was able to get back on the field. His career could have went a lot different. I don't give Manny too much credit, post him being here, but I get it. I get it why, Manny took such a conscious effort to really look at all the facts before coming to a decision that could have pretty much ended that man's career.
You're talking about with his issue?
Yeah. With the whole.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, well, so real fast, what Manny's talking about is when Avante got it, because some people probably forgot that Avante got in trouble. His baby mama girlfriend said that he hit her. She was pregnant. Everybody jumped to conclusions. Me and X was like, no, man, this chick be lying. But people, he got kicked off the team because they always kick you off the team. That's par for the course. And then he came back with the help of Coach Patter, some other guys. Nose always was clean, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that's the issue that made you talk about. Some people probably forgot about that.
Yeah, and then once all the facts came out and he was able to kind of figure out, well, they were able to figure out like kind of what the real story was. It kind of put things in perspective for him. So I'm glad he was able to be here. But yeah, I mean, it really bad timing. And it was pretty evident that he wasn't the first, second, maybe not even third option in that room. I'm thankful for the time he was here. You know what I'm saying? No hard feelings, nothing against him. But there's a new standard, a new expectation here at the University of Miami that guys got to be able to kind of fall into. And even though everybody didn't, you can see when it's rolling and when it works out, you can see even on a 5-win team, you can have safety, like All-American safeties and All-American players. So yeah, he definitely should be in good hands with Coach Loxley. It's Loxley, right? Pretty sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, hopefully he finds his footing and maybe that defense. I think it's ironic because that if things didn't work out or if Manny was still here, he'd be playing for Kevin Steele. That's what Kevin Steele was prior to getting to Miami, for like 3 hours before getting the Miami job. You know what I'm saying? So I find that pretty ironic.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Man was on doing everything. Sure. He had his own office, everything. He's kind of like thanks, but no thanks. So yeah, he's definitely I don't know what defense they run over there, but hopefully he gets on the field day one and gets his opportunity to shine. So I watch from a distance. I ain't a big Mario fan. I mean, not Mario. I'm not a big Maryland fan, excuse me. But I would watch from a distance for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, these kids are moving, man. This offseason this might be worse than NFL trade deadline, NBA trade deadline. This is college football is a bit much, dog. It's a bit much.
It's definitely different.
We're not going to be here long, Medi. Medi, did you happen to be in Canes Unfiltered space the other night when the Gator Collective guy was in there?
The Gator Collective? Nah, I thought you were talking about the one with Gio last night with Ruiz.
When the Gator guy was in there,
he was kind of explaining. What happened last night? Well, Gio was doing like a wrap up, kind of giving a lot of the same information you can get in the villains, but basically elaborating on why those collectives don't work. Mm-hmm. But I'll let you finish and then I'll share my thoughts.
No, go. Well, I thought you were in there for some reason. I thought you were in there when one of the Gator guys, I think it's head of their collective, somebody, I don't know. His name is Eddie. Was in there kind of melting down the other night about Ruiz and us winning recruits. I think this was right after we got Mark Fletcher.
I was in here with you when we got Mark Fletcher for 6 hours.
Yeah, you was there. You was here with me.
After I got out of here, I left. I went to sleep.
This is what I don't
Q. I have their entire spreadsheet. I know exactly.
But even if you got the spreadsheet, Eddie, that does not, a spreadsheet does not dictate who's going to be a portal guy or in the future or not, bro. It's what's based on the field.
Q. They got a guy who's a fucking lunatic, and they celebrate him. And
he's a lunatic. Ooh.
Are
you a lunatic? Ooh.
And they don't say that.
It isn't like you striving to be him. You was just in his $10 million.
Let me scare him into paying a 3-star.
You was just in here talking about you wanted $10 million.
Tell your lunatic that I'm going after the next 3-star for $15 million.
Who's a 3-star?
Okay, and listen, you understand all. Listen, you do that, and them folks is gonna cancel their guys.
This man Eddie,
Well, that's kind of funny. But honestly, people taking this, they taking this recruit stuff way too serious. Now, it was all fun and games when we were sitting on 5 wins, right, Mitty?
Oh yeah, we can stop hearing them.
And the villains was saying, "Listen, bro, recruiting ain't got nothing to do with wins and losses. The boy finna go hard in recruiting." We saw it. An hour before one game when we so strong out there with Malik Moms. That was like an hour before the game. The staff was outside recruiting those new kids, bro. And we were confused. Warren Sapp walked up to me and was like, "Street, I saw Mario outside like an hour before the game." Like, bro, that's not normal. So I asked somebody else, I asked Larry. I said, "Larry, is that normal?" That the coaches would be, you know what I'm saying? They were going hard at recruiting. They went hard at recruiting, and it's paying off. And the Gator fans are losing it, though.
Yeah, and you know, I think it's crazy. I think it's the how people are baffled. Like they're just like, how is this possible? And I think the only thing they can chalk it up to is money. Ruiz paying these guys millions and billions of dollars to come to the school. It's not like it wasn't like Mario couldn't recruit before NIL. Like, no, let's eliminate that. It's the fact that Ruiz is paying these dudes millions of dollars to come to UM and blah 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 blah. And it's like at the end of the day, even us as a fan base, I think we were confused because we always said it. I've always been on that hill. You got to win and recruits will come. Winning recruits will come. Well, this is a perfect example of sometimes it ain't about winning. It's about having the right person at the helm.
In the right system, in the right place. Listen, what I'm finding out is, man, some of these big brands, these big schools would have these big boosters. Like, they don't have as much money as we thought they did.
They don't.
They were getting players for $20,000. They were getting players for $15,000 under the table in the past, and they don't have the money nor the resources around the campus to bring it in.
They really got these dudes on these Deion deals.
Yeah.
They
right.
They asked the recruit what the price is. This is what I thought you was talking about, because this is what Reese got into last night, which I thought was brilliant. They asked the recruit what the price is. Like, hey, how much is going to cost you to get you to the school? The recruit puts out a number. or in some cases, the recruits representation through the form of an agent, a parent, a legal street hustler, bagman, whatever. I don't know, whatever you want to call
Back in the
them.
day, we're talking about back in the day when they was doing illegal business, right?
Yeah. So these guys get this this price, and they collectively come together amongst all the big boosts and say, hey, to get this kid, it's gonna cost us X amount of money. Then those people collectively, hence the word collective, come together and start trying to put that money together. Same way you would fund, like the same way AD would fundraise at a school event. You know what I'm saying, or some fancy dinner.
Right.
Once they get that number, they start put. But what they're not understanding is that while all that's happening, like people really, I think, are confused about NIL, and that's what he was explaining. He was like, y'all really don't get it. This has nothing to do with me paying a kid and he just comes here. This has everything to do with these people are putting up prices and not building up relationships. And it goes so deep. It goes as deep as visits. It goes as deep as everything. It's like they just throwing money at these kids and not getting a return on the investment, and then they're freaking out because they're like, how is it that Mario Cristobal is getting this stuff done? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And these guys are freaking out because of it. And I feel like, A, it's hilarious, and B, it puts in perspective that money isn't everything. I said the other night, being genuine it carries more weight than people tend to give credit for. And if you can learn being genuine, a lot of times it creates something that goes deeper than a handshake and pen to paper. You know, it creates a relationship that will last beyond any type of money. So yeah, I definitely think that we in good hands because Mario now got these guys in a position to come in and actually compete and drive up the level of competition, which will then translate to the field. We've always heard it. Practices was always harder than the games, you know, in the early 2000s.
Right.
And even before that, you know, and if we have a group of guys who all understand that, and they weren't bought, because we can see clear as day, Street, Maryland more than likely bought that class, right? They probably paid a lot of money to those kids.
Maryland?
Not Maryland, Texas A&M, excuse me. Texas A&M more likely bought that class. Not taking that away from Coley, because I know Coley can recruit, but they probably put a lot of money behind
I would say Jimbo is really good at making relationships with people. I've seen men salivate over Jimbo. I've seen men melt with Jimbo.
Not melt.
I've seen men talk about Jimbo like Jimbo. But there was a lot of NIL going on in that. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the point I was trying to get at. Like, you don't get the number one recruiting class of all time from simply, you know, shaking hands and kissing babies, right? There's got to be there's a little bit of like, hey, what do you know what I'm saying? And I think you're seeing this big departure because maybe some of these guys were promised certain things or portions of the day, and that's what Ruiz is getting at too. He is promising certain things and portions to some of these guys that maybe actually wasn't coming to fruition when it was all said and done. Hence why you see it felt like he kind of lost control of that team towards the end, and then they ended up just the bottom kind of fell out, you know. They did have an upset one against LSU, but then again, we forgot LSU was only bad like last season. There was still some tendencies, and Brian Kelly had a huge roster to flip, so it's understandable. But yeah, these collectives, man, they don't work. I like to think they do. You might get a guy once in a while, but they don't work.
What you were just listening to, that was I think a big guy inside the Gators collective or NIL mastermind, whatever they got going on over there, and he was on the space with Canes Unfiltered. Shout out to Canes Unfiltered. The boys done grassrooted built something that's long last. I saw 230 people in there this morning. And it just comes from consistency. That's it. It's consistency. You being somewhere every day. You know what Walmart at. You know where your gas station at. You know where the corner store at. It's there every day. You can depend on it. And them boys get in there and they talk like fans. And so shout out to them, man. They got relationships. They pull people in there. But they had a Gator guy in there, man, kind of losing it after we got Mark Fletcher, I think. Listen, recruiting ain't for the faint of heart. Recruiting is not for the faint of hearts. But talking to some people this morning, man, it's about to get bad for a lot of other schools because they're not going to be able to keep up. He said Canes Unfiltered is toxic. A lot of these schools aren't going to be able to keep up. The nightmare is over, and y'all are looking at a perfect storm. Now, I got some things on staff that probably need to get fixed. You know what I'm saying? Some cheeks in the armor. But y'all are looking at a perfect storm. The nightmare is over. It just didn't move like y'all wanted it to move. We're finna get up out of here, man. I just wanted to get them 2 points out, man. Avante going to Maryland, man. I know a lot of y'all were huge Avante fans. Avante is like N'Kosi Perry to some of these Cane fans. And they didn't want to see him go. You still got Cane fans talking about, man, N'Kosi and the Perry, N'Kosi and the Portal, they ain't giving N'Kosi they ain't give him a fair chance, man, when he was here. They ain't giving N'Kosi. We seen N'Kosi start football games talking about they ain't give him a fair chance. One last thing, man. You put out the post about Deion's son not being able to post on Colorado Buffalo's Instagram, right? Or
No,
somebody else.
that wasn't me. That was just in the group me.
Okay.
I ain't put that up.
But it seems like no, it's not Jackson State. It's not Jackson State. You're not just gonna run really willy-nilly around Colorado, right? And do what you want to do.
For the record, I do think that was almost something kind of anticipated. I think there's gonna be a lot of things that you're gonna see that Deion probably anticipated could happen there that won't happen. I forgot who said it. Someone was like, how white is Colorado? Someone said extremely white.
Right.
Who's that? Oh, that was on Drink Champs. They had Earn Your Leisure on there. They were talking about Deion. Shout out to Earn Your Leisure, man. Them dudes be putting out great content too.
Right.
And they were like, how white is Colorado? And they were like, extremely white. And they were like, is he gonna be able to do the same things that he did? He's like, no shot. I think he thinks right now that he can, and I think that was part of the glitz and glamour and the arrival of Deion. But look at everything from his introductory press conference at Jackson compared to Colorado. Like, he's gonna have to learn and fairly quickly that the things that he maybe thought was going to be able to happen there may not. So he has to be willing and able to adjust on the fly, or he's going to have some issues with the administration, if that makes sense.
Ooh, that's a nice Bane. That's a nice Bane picture. Good Lord. Well, I'm gonna say this: they were sorted out and they found him. And if they want the results that they saw in Jackson State, they better not change too much of what he's doing, because he still has well-off media. Long as he has well-off media, his own media company, and they don't start stopping that, talking about branding rights and the right to do this, and the Colorado Buffalo, and long as they don't get too technical on him, you know what I'm saying, and stop that, then okay, they got some things. But if you start slowing down his visibility, which was what he was standing on, his marketing, you start slowing that down, you're just not smart at business. Just put it that way. You run around here acting like you, but you're just not smart at business. Your emotions has more to do with it. Shout out to KC3. KC3 say, preach, selling is about relationships. Don't believe these crazy NIL numbers being thrown at Mario. No, man, everything isn't about NIL. You know how I know? Because a lot of these kids, our people, don't do business. They don't even understand the business. So everybody who's getting picked up isn't getting paid. In a lot of situations, we don't even know how to ask for money. So everything you see isn't NIL. Shout out to my boy Sean Rounds in the house, man. We appreciate Sean Rounds to no end. I don't even know how to repay Sean Rounds. We appreciate him so much.
But
no, all day, twice on Sundays. So no, I just wanted to get in here and talk about that. I just wanted to get in here for real fast, Maryland and look at Bane with the rings on. Look at Bane.
That's hard.
It's hard. Yeah, that's hard.
We wore that helmet. When we wore that,
we didn't wear them.
No.
That's not the midnight. Yes, it is.
No, because
the same shirt that I have.
It has a light green to it.
No, like that's that midnight.
Normal orange green. It's like a
dark green. That whole entire uniform, right?
I think that's the Miami Knights 2.0. We lost in those anyway.
It's a 2.0.
Yeah, the Miami Knights that they were supposed to wear, it got like, you could tell it's a distinguishable like green, like it's like a green glow almost. I think it's in the logo. It's in the Adidas logo. That one got an orange logo.
I'm looking at. I missed it. He had a couple of pictures in here. I missed them. He got some cool pictures in here. We're gonna get up out of here. We put my boy Bane in here, man. These pictures cool, dog.
Yeah, that's hard. He just dropped those or something?
I think so. Let's see how long ago he dropped them. 29 minutes ago.
That's what's up.
I mess with it. Let's see. But yeah, man. I just wanted to get in here real fast and run that.
As always, 786-405-9499. It was in Discord last night. It was in Discord last night. I was asleep. That's how I woke up.
It was?
Yeah.
Cause I had left it open.
Oh yeah, they was in there talking about it.
Talking about
I don't know if they're talking about this, but they was talking about something. I don't know, I was asleep, but you was in there. Hey man, everybody talking about. I keep hearing everybody saying a recession is coming, but no one's actually saying it. Have you noticed that?
They keep saying a recession is coming. Vanguard and BlackRock. It's going to be a stock sell-off. My mentor once taught me do the opposite of what they tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Anything they say out their mouths, like do the opposite. They just want you to know.
I saw something about that the other day too. They said, "Oh my God, Jeff Bezos came out and said there's a recession. He's the first time he confirmed it." And it was like, yeah, if he doing that, I mean, he about to buy everything up.
Right.
He's saying that to get you nervous to sell off, and he gonna go buy all that shit up.
Right. If you were a sneakerhead, right? To look at it like this, and we're gonna get up out of here. If you were a sneakerhead, right, and you knew that you were big in the sneaker game, and everybody knew you, and if you said, "Hey, man, Jordan 5s aren't gonna sell anymore," and if you said that, it could draw the price of Jordan 5 down because you just said it's not going to sell anymore because people look up to what you say. If you could do that and you had the cojones, if you could do that and then you buy it as it's down because you could push it down, and then 6 months from now you're like, "Oh no, man, we was wrong. Jordan 5s are back up." Pew! Think about that. Just think about that. If you could control money like that, why wouldn't you come on TV and be like, "It's going down, but we are not done, Matty. We are not done yet. It's still going. The market is going lower. We are not done."
I think we're not done.
Right. And everybody gets scared. Oh my God, the market's going lower, and it goes down, and they just buy it as it goes cheaper. It's the same process. The same thing.
Agreed.
Yes, it's the same thing. So people are getting rich right now while a lot of people are scared. I'm going to get up out of here, bro. I appreciate you, man. If you want to get your credit fixed, we got a meeting tonight. Man, we was in there last night talking, but we'll get in there tonight. If you want to get your credit fixed, the number right there, 954-800. We added that to IOD Squad. Just text it or call it. If you're trying to get your credit fixed, there's a free assessment they do for you, and then they go from there and tell you what needs to happen. We adding all that to IOD Squad. You want to get part of IOD Squad and trade because you can make money with the market going up and down. You can still make money. 786-405-9499. Send us a text or in the description. The link is in the description. Send us a text and we'll text you back with the link. Listen, I'm about to put out a platform, not a platform. I'm going to put out basically an email list where you can just put your email in or something in, and we're going to contact you when these kids commit, right? Because we're going to get all the Hurricane fans together. We should be able to push. When Bane commit, we should be able to push his Instagram followers and Twitter followers up 5,000. That's just simple. We should be able to push it up 5,000. And that'll add some value, some extra value to these kids committing, and something you fans could do for free. So when we put that when we put that out, you're gonna just have to put your email in, and that's it. And we'll put that link up shortly. Shout out to the Villains, man. We just dropped a hoodie, a new T-shirt to the Villains. Come get your jit for the Villains. They get first dibs to buy it. Y'all check that out in the Villain group. If you want to join, hit the join button. Avantae to Maryland. Gator Collective guys goes crazy in Canes Unfiltered. I'm D, and I'm out of here, man.